Jai Radha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Mm, I think so. Everybody has the Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? So you see the Bhagavad Gita, the beginning. You have the Bhagavad Gita. So you see the Bhagavad Gita in Srila Prabhupada. In the front is the introduction. There is some slokas. It is according to the scripture says, even Prabhupada says that when we are starting the class, we should chant this mantra to take the blessings. And by this way, we will start our class. So those who are sometimes not habituated, you should memorizing these slokas every day. So I'm chanting now. Omagana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam jena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam Stapitam Jnana Bhutale Shayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Bandeham Sri Gurura Sri Juta Pado Kamalam Sri Guruna Vaishnavangcha Sirupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sajivam Shadaitam Shabadhutam Parijana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Nitangcha Namang Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Sri Mate Jayapataka Swamini Tinamine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradaine Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagar Gramatarine Namang Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Dinamine Namaste Sharaswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Pachatta Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Om Tat Sat. So first of all, to pay my humble obeisances to my Guru Maharaj and ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada and the previous Acharyas and the Goswamis, to my humble gratitude and pranam, and also those who are attending this live class, to the Zoom and also the live session. So I'm pay my humble gratitude to your lotus feet that your valuable time you are spending with us to hearing and chanting. And today is the very auspicious day, the Indira Ekadashi. So this auspicious day, if you are spending your time for hearing and chanting, that is the most valuable. Prabhupada said any type of fasting is going to be the best or going to make it the better, then you have to do two things. The more chanting, the more hearing, the less eating and less sleeping. That is the meaning of the fasting. Otherwise, people in this material world think about it. The fasting means just to free from the or avoid the grains. Prabhupada said the grains also avoid sometime in the street beggar. They may be for 2-3 days not to get it any kinds of food. So they are also to fasting. So they not to go be a spiritual, but real fasting is to be you are free from your 6 anarthas, the kama, krodha, the greed, lust, anger, this kind of illusion, this kind of things you have to be free and to be more engaged in chanting and hearing. But in this material world, so-called some spiritualist person are just to hypnotize us. Oh, you are in just to coming to Krishna consciousness means, or you are want to be a transcendental person, you are just to free from the grains fast, then you can achieve the Krishna. Prabhupada said, if only to avoid the food, you can go back home, back to God it. Then the street beggar going to fast to the Goloka Vrindavan because they not to eat anything. Understand? And I'm requesting to everybody, those who are in the class, please to switch on the camera. That's why I'm not to publicly not to give this ID to everybody. I need that those who are genuinely to want to hearing and chanting for them, nothing else. Because Prabhupada saying we needed the quality, not quantity. That's why here is a 16 to 17 people are here. That's fine. But at least 16 people are be genuine. That is the enough for the 16,000 people. Okay. So our today's topics is the spiritual blindness. It is a scripture said, if you are, the bodily, you are blind, that's not a problem. If you are in spiritually blind, then that's a big problem. So that we can understanding. In this material world, people are, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, in this material world, in Kali Yuga, 99% people are spiritually blind. They are materially be open, but spiritually, they are very blind. So if you are materially be blind and same time they spiritually blind, then what is happening you see. So if you are materially blind, you can overcome and keep going on your life. But if you are in spiritually blind, then what type of the problems is creating in your life, that you have to understand now. That you have to understand now. So we have to understand this point through a one sloka from the Bhagavad Gita. How a person be spiritually blind, then what is happening that person? Because Bhagavad Gita is the life manual of us. So whatever the Bhagavad Gita is stated, that is really to mean for us. So you come to the Bhagavad Gita chapter 1st, 2nd number sloka. 2nd number sloka. Please every day, every week, when you are coming to the class, to bring your Bhagavad Gita, because my topics I am just to choosing for you through the Bhagavad Gita, because Prabhupada is saying all the knowledges we are learning from Bhagavad Gita. Understand? So I am just to giving that special type of the the topics, then people be attracted. But at least ultimately I am speaking to Bhagavad Gita. Get my point? So thank you. So the 2nd number sloka, I will tell to sloka, you read it, Navakishori Mataji. Navakishori Mataji. Yes, I can't hear loudly.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, now it's okay. Tell me.
Which sloka Prabhuji?
2nd, first 1.2.
Okay, Prabhuji. Sanjay Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangam Ya Raja Vachanam Abravita. Sanjay said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhan went to his teacher and spoke the following words
Okay.
from birth.
Wait, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So now you come to the look at very carefully to listen this class. How a person be spiritually blind, what is happening in his life. It's totally to be make it the devastating situation in the life. So you see, Sanjay said, O king, first is that Sanjay knew that Dhritarashtra is the one of the culprit person. He's not a good person. But a devotee always to be a respectful to everybody. Please, when you come to the class, take a pen and paper. It will helping a lot. So first we can see Sanjay is a devotee of Vaishyadev, and he is also the favorable to the Panchapandav. So he is a pure devotee. So Sanjay knew that Dhritarashtra is a very one of the third class king, but he not to say, oh rubbish king, not to say. But we are in modern world, a person we know it is a bad, we are using the bad word. But it is few minutes before you are complete the Chaitanya Charitamrita class, there we heard, if you want to get the taste of holy name, what you need? Trinadapi sunichena taroropi sahishnuna omanina manadena. That means you are always to giving to the respect to others. Never you are, that you are hankering or expecting the respect from the others. So this is the teachings. So Sanjay here is telling that, O king, that means he is giving to the respect. So first things we have to learn in our life, a person, what type of bad or good, as I am a devotee, should respect to the others. This is the first teachings we can get. So a person who is the spiritually blind, he never to respect to the everybody. He will give the respect according to the post and position. Understand? In this material world, people giving to the respect according to the those who are spiritually blind, according to the post and position. Oh, Navakishri Mataji is a doctor. That's why Prabhu is speaking to them. Oh, that Ashim is a little boy. Prabhu is not to give him respect. This is not sad. Then our another Oishriya Gopi came today. Oh, she's a little girl. Prabhu not to. Devotees not to be like that. Devotees have to be respect to everybody. This is the teachings past. So a person is to be spiritually blind, they never respect equally to everybody. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, what? That Pandita Samadarshina. A Pandit, you understand? A Pandit is always to giving the respect. Am I audible to everybody very nicely? Is any problem? Oh, it's
No,
okay.
Prabhu.
Okay.
It is
Thank
okay.
you. Then after that you see, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, after looking over the army arranged in a military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to teacher and spoke the following words. So Duryodhana saw that Pandus, the military formation, how to they organized everything. He went to Duryodhana. He went to Duryodhana. Duryodhana went to his, the teacher. Teacher is who? Dronacharya. And he spoke the following words. So what following words is telling that? My first question. To saw that the military formation, why Duryodhana went to the teacher? Generally what we see, the teacher is coming to the disciples, student, to teach us what is right, what is wrong, what is the problems and everything. But when the student is going to teacher, that means there is something problem. What problem? What problem? Can you tell anybody?
Maybe he is feeling scared or something.
Yes, that's a very good answer. Just like when you are in child, you are doing some mathematics in your paper. Suddenly, you are not to understand the mathematics. So what you are doing? You are going to your teacher, na? You are going to your teacher. Why you are going to your teacher? Because you are not to understand. 1 minute. Some monkey is coming in front of my door. This is Vrindavan. our friend, monkey. So we can understand when student is going to teacher, two things you are learning. Student is going to teacher, that is for the scared. And teacher is coming to the student, it is giving the free from the fearness. Come to the point, what said as two sentence? Student going to the teacher for the fearness or scared. But when teacher is coming to the student, free from the scared and fear. Understand my point? हिंदी में कहते हैं गुरु जिस टाइम क्या बोलते हैं शिष्यों के पास जाते उस समय शिष्य डर से मुक्त होता है, बट शिष्य जिस टाइम गुरु के पास आते इसका मतलब शिष्य डर गए. So that means when a teacher is going to the student, that means he is free from the all kinds of darkness or the problems. Get my point? 1 minute. So when Duryodhana is going to, going to the Dronacharya, that means there is some scared. There is some, this is called in political mind. This is called in political mind. What is political mind here? Those who are spiritually blind, they always to think about what things, right at this point. They always to think about, I know everything. People don't can understand me. They always to think, I know everything. I am very smart. I am very knowledgeable. I am very this, that. This is always, those who are spiritually blind, they are thinking. Please, Dharmesh, Ichu Prabhu, can you switch on the camera? Then it will be nice.
Prabhu, can you say that sentence again?
Again, I am saying, those who are spiritually blind, they always to think about, they know everything. And they are very clever and all the people are foolish. This is the spiritually blind people always to think, all the people are foolish. I am only the intelligent person. So Duryodhana is thinking, I am going to teach her. Then everybody will thinking, oh, I am going to teach the teacher. Oh, my sir, that Pancha Pandav formation you saw, the military formation, this is not good. But those who are intelligent person, they can understand. Are you are a bacha, you are a student. What you are going to teach your guru? Your guru know better than you. You are going to guru means you are scared, not your guru is scared. So understand. So always to understand, in this material world, those people are spiritually blind. They always popped up. They know everything. They are bombasting to their heart. Understand? This is the spiritual blind person is the problem. Now coming to the translation. Ashim Prabhu, read it.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, pranam.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, Nabakishori Mataji, give the chance to the student. Sorry, because they will be very feeling so nice, you know. Yes.
Purport, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Dhritarashtra was blind from birth. Unfortunately, he was also bereft of spiritual vision. He knew
So,
very
1 minute. So, Prabhupada there is writing that Dhritarashtra by born, he was the blind. But that Prabhupada said that's not a big problem. But he was bereft from the birth, the spiritual vision. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, you know what is the lack in this material world? Nothing is lack. Money, woman, car, house, food, everything is enough. But in this material world, one thing is not enough. What is that? Spiritual knowledge. That's why material world is so much distress, so much fighting, so much problems, so much the anxiety. Why? You see, material world now we can see is the manga, I mean the poverty. But you can see, get the paper, the news. Some countries, they have a lot of rice, but they don't give it to the another country. What they do, they throw that rice into the ocean. So you see, a person when spiritually be blind, they are so jealous, they don't make it the sufficient another country. They think about another country be sufficient, then they not to beg me. They beg, not beg me. But they don't understand. Maybe they are, I mean, the poor for the rice, but I am poor for the gas. I am also not sufficient. So this is the spiritual blind person is thinking. Spiritual blind person, that's why the spiritual blind person always to think about few minutes before I say. He's always to think in this material that everybody is foolish. I am the smart. I am the smart. Yes. Next.
He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion. And he was
1 minute. 1 minute. Prabhupada say, Dhritarashtra knew. What news? That my sons also same like me. Why? Why Prabhupada says that thing?
Go.
Yeah.
Because children follow what their parents do.
Yes. Brilliant. And not only follow that, another thing is that what is the father-mother consciousness? Teach to the children that consciousness. Na? Such like in the modern world is like a something like I'm giving an example, such an example. Maybe Aarti Mataji is the 5 sisters. So Aarti Mataji has 2 sons. And Aarti Mataji is very speculative. I mean, that what is like a, what is called, like a cruelty mind. So she is teaching to the son, hey, don't speak to your mausi. Don't speak to your auntie. Your auntie's son is not good. Your that elder, I mean, the younger auntie is not good. So when mother has some jealousy to the sister, that consciousness also mother push in the children consciousness. So children also learning like that. My mother don't like, so I also don't like. Now my, I mean the aunties. So you see, if mother say, "Beta, I am your mother. So this is your mausi, I mean the auntie. So she is my sister. So you are just to give the respect equal like me." So children also understand auntie means my same like my mother. Like we are in Bengal, always to say, पिताजी को सम्मान देना, sorry, चाचा को सम्मान देना पिताजी के तरफ. That means you are giving to the respect to your uncle as like as your father. This is, I am grew up that kind of family. But modern days, father, mother teaches, hey, they are not good. Don't respect them. So you are thinking, you are just to telling them. When you are teaching to the children like this, one day you remember it, your children also not to respect you. Your children also not to children, not to give the respect. What type of teachings to give it to your children? That type of behavior is waiting for you to get from the children. Because always Chanakya Pandit says, world is round, life is also round. Goes around, comes around. That's why we remember it. Goes around, comes around. Whatever teachings to the children, that will ultimately come back to you. Ultimately, that's why Dhritarashtra was confirmed. I didn't teach my children in the good things. So I will get feedback to my children also the same thing. My children will be like that. Yes, next.
And he was sure that they could never reach an understanding with the Pandavas, who were all
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. And Dhritarashtra was confirmed that he never go to the same consciousness level of the Pandavas. Why? Because Dhritarashtra confirmed that I never teach like Pandu. I never teach like a Pandu. Pandu means the Panchu Panda's father. So that's why my children never go to the consciousness like the Pandavas. That's why this is the teachings. Don't make it your children, they're spiritually blind. So it is another teachings that first you teach to the someone, first you teach yourself. If you wanted to teach someone, first you teach yourself. Otherwise, they are not to be changing. They are not to be changing. In the material world, so many sit in the Bashashon teaching a lot of things, but they are not following. Just like I am one of the rascal like that. But I'm trying to following the proper rules and regulation. Yeah, so whatever you are saying, first you have to do it. Otherwise, you will be the lineage of Dhritarashtra. Lineage of Dhritarashtra. Yes. Next.
Who were all pious since birth.
Prabhu, network problem.
Still he was
Prabhu,
doubtful
Ashim,
about the influence. Hey
Ashim,
Krishna Prabhu,
network
Hari,
problem. Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. Yes.
Who were all pious since birth. Still he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage. And Sanjaya could understand his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield.
1 minute.
Sanjaya
Oh, 1
wanted
minute. 1 minute. So here is Prabhu saying, still he was doubtful. And sorry, who are all are pious and who are all are pious since birth. Still he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage. So you see, Dhritarashtra maybe is spiritually blind, but little he has a spirituality. Why? Because he is born in the spiritual family. That's why he's thinking, maybe my child, I never give it to the spiritual knowledge, but my child is going to the Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is the holy place. If he is going to the holy place, so holy place is an influence. What is influence? To make the people what? To make the people in spiritual. So maybe my child is spiritually blind and I make them spiritually blind, but they are going to Kurukshetra, maybe their mind is changing. So can you imagine how much culprit this father Dhritarashtra? What do you mean of this word? The meaning of this word, Dhritarashtra want that his children also be like that spiritually blind, not to be illuminated. He wants that the Duryodhan, by the association or the influence of the Kurukshetra, never change his mind. He will be fixed that I have to fight. I not to go to compromise. They should not to go to compromise. Can you imagine when a person is spiritually blind, what type of consciousness he is creating? So another point we can get it. What? A person is to be spiritually blind. He never to see that other person be happy in their life. Simple answer. Those person spiritually blind, they don't want to see that other person be rise up, other person be good, other person be okay. They don't want to see that. Dhritarashtra wanted. Dhritarashtra can think about like this. Okay, I am a bad father. I can't to give the spiritual, the light or spirit to my children. But my now children going to the holy place in Kurukshetra by the influence of Krishna. Oh Lord, please to change my children. I couldn't to give the spiritual vision to my children, but now they are going to the spiritual place. So by the influence, they can change. But a spiritual blind person never can pray like this. What they pray? I am dampened, my children also be dampened. I am not a good, my followers also not a good. That's why so-called the spiritualist you say, na? When we say, Prabhu, oh Prabhu, chant Hare Krishna. Guru said, don't chant Hare Krishna. Why? He is not chanting. Also tell to the disciple, don't chant. Don't chant. That's why you'll see so-called so many organization in this world. So this is their mentality. So when a spiritually person is blind, they are in also going to down. They don't give us to other person to helping to be upliftment. That's why you have to understand. Never mix up with the spiritually blind person. This is the another teachings. This is the another. Nirmal Ganga Devi Dasi Mataji, can you come to the camera? Dharmesh Prabhu, Sandy Mataji, this is my humble request. Switch on the camera. Yes, Prabhu, read it, Asim Prabhu.
Sanjaya wanted, therefore, to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place.
So when you see, now Sanjay is telling to the Dhritarashtra that your son is going to the Dronacharya, I mean the teacher. In this through this word, the Sanjay is to giving to the assurance to the Dhritarashtra, you don't worry. You are think about maybe by the influence of the holy place, your sons may be changing. No, 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 no. Your son is going to the guru to teach. Oh, guru, what you are doing to the mistake? What is going to? Can you get my point here? A spiritual blind person never think about disciple cannot to teach the guru. A spiritual person never can think about a disciple can teach to the guru. But a spiritual blind person think about my child can teach to the guru. That's why Sanjay is to giving the understanding to Dhritarashtra. No, 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 you don't think about that. Your children going to the Kurukshetra, changing the mind. Your children is now going to the guru to teach what is his wrong. Oh, Dronacharya, whatever the formation of the military you did, na, that's wrong. You did like this way. Did like this way. So you understand. A blind spiritual person, even acceptance to teach, I mean, the disciple can correcting to the guru. Correcting the guru. See how much sinful activities he is to doing and tolerating. Get my point? Next.
Sanjaya therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander-in-chief.
So that Sanjay is to giving to the the declaration to the Dhritarashtra. You don't think about it. Your son is going to now Dronacharya to correcting what is his mistake. What is his mistake? So here is we can understand. A spiritual person can read the mind of the people. A real spiritual person can read the mind of the person. And he is speaking according to the reading of the mind of the person. So this is a power of speaking, or this is a power of spirituality. If you cannot to read the mind of people and you are speaking, then you cannot to be success. First you look at the face and 1-2 words to hear. Immediately you can have to be the power through the scripture what type of people he is. So that's why Sanjay understand Dhritarashtra is what type of understanding people. Dhritarashtra wanted to hear what? What? Dhritarashtra always to wanted to hear that his sons not going to the spiritual side. His sons always to handshake and fulfill the desire of his father. That is the Dhritarashtra wanted to hear. That Sanjaya clearly understand to look at the Dhritarashtra. So if you wanted to successful in your life, If you wanted to make a peace in your family, you first to understand the read of the mind of your family members. What is he wanted to say? What is his motivation? What is his mentality? If you cannot to understand and you are speaking, then you are become a foolish number one. Even if you are the biggest, the knowledgeable person. That's why we are always to say, you speak to the people according to his consciousness. If you are speaking your family member not a devotee, you are going to telling them big philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. They're thinking you are a crazy. You are a crazy. You have to speak with them simple things. Otherwise, they're thinking they're crazy. Like a Paramatma Prabhu, such example. His friend circle, everybody is a alcohol, cigarette, this and that. And Prabhu said, oh, you come to one of the class is giving Sundar Nityananda Prabhu, one of the Ratan Krishna Prabhu, these, that, our Sarup Prabhu, these, come, Maharaj. He said, they are thinking, hey, Paramatma is going to pagal. It's pagal. It's to telling what is this Sundar Nityananda, who is this? I don't know this kind of thing. You come to the class, that we are enjoy. It's my life. DJ party, the Britney Spears, that's very nice. So, Paramatma Prabhu have to speak like this. Oh, you have some spiritual quest, na? I am sometimes to going some spiritual classes. I saw there is some knowledgeable person. They are spiritualist. They are something speaking some spiritual quest, question and answer. So if you have a time, let's go. We can see that and hear that. Then that people be interested. But if you are telling that, hey, come to the class, stop this thing, then they will telling that crazy. Because you understand these people not interested like this. Just like few minutes before, I'm starting of the class, I said that why I'm gave the topics of the name spiritual blindness. Actually, I'm reading to the Bhagavad Gita, but gave the PowerPoint of the that is in topics is the spiritual blindness. Then people, oh my God, what is this? Let's go to the class. What type of speaking is there? But if I say tomorrow is the Bhagavad Gita class number second number sloka, people say, oh, I am so many in my life, read it so much time in Bhagavad Gita. Stop it. Let's go to another party. That's why to attractive to the people, you sometimes using some attractive words. The attractive key point, what is really to be attracting to the people. This is called in the preachings. When I am doing the Harinam Sankirtan, the university, what language I'm using? You are writing, tomorrow is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, come to the join. I not to write it like this. I write it what? Tomorrow is the DJ mantra and dance party. So please to come all the rockster, those who are very spiritual, and to be that chanting is to make us transform this material world to the spiritual world. Oh my God, all the student is very attractive. My God, mantra and dance is the rock star. Let's go, my friends, to go to that party. Maybe something special is there. But I am singing there and all the devotees also singing Hare Krishna. But to attract them, we have to using some the mundane way word that they are to attractive and calm. So you also to make your devotees, make your surroundings, your relatives, your friends like this way attractive, because they are falling in the so garbage, they cannot to understand your spiritual vibration. That's why to bring up them, we have to be little bit mix and to feeding them like that way. Some is spiritual, some the material like this way. Understand? Just like if you are telling, oh, tomorrow is our temple, the best Maha Krishna Prasad. People are sectarian. Oh, I am a Hindu. I am a Sai Baba. I am a Christian. I am a Muslim. I don't go. But if you are telling, Tomorrow our temple is the best, delicious, sumptuous, very Indian culture, very sweet and sour, nice prasadam. If you put in your mouth in gulab jamun, you are feeling and melting your heart. People will think, oh my God, what is this? Let's go. Let's go. Either is a Muslim, either is a Christian, what sect, he not to think about. He's going to for food. You understand? So we are like this. So Sanjaya is using that kind of words that Dhritarashtra can be to listening this class. That's why Sanjaya first class said, Are Maharaj, your sons are all are blind like you. That's why your sons never can win the this battle. What type of discourse I will hear? Then Dhritarashtra not interested to be listening the Bhagavad Gita. That's why Sanjaya wanted to say the 700 sloka, he not to be doomed the Dhritarashtra. Doomed the Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, oh no, Maharaj, what you are thinking, na? That your sons not to be accomplished or handshake with the Panchapandav. Your sons not to do that. Your sons also, according to your word, following your footsteps. Get my point, Aishwarya? How to speak? Huh? Jai Radha, understand? Yes. Next.
To inform him of the real position. Although Dronacharya Duryodhana is mentioned as the king, he still had to go to the commander on account of the seriousness of the situation.
1 minute. See, who is the spiritual blind? They are so foolish. Duryodhana thinking, I am going to my guru, I mean the military guru, and to teach him, you be serious to see their military formation. But he not to think about, my guru is more powerful than me. When I am going to my military guru, he immediately understand, you come to me not for my seriousness. You are coming to show your fearness, that you are feared to see the military, I mean the formation of the Panchapandav. Panchapandav. Understand? That's why think about those who are spiritually not very, I mean the vision, they are so blind, they are so, I mean the dampened. So understand, Dhritarashtra is thinking like this. Dhritarashtra is thinking like that. That, oh, my child is sorry. Duryodhana is thinking, I am going to Guru and tell, Guruji, your you see military formation is not good. Do like this, do that. Actually, those who are very intelligent person, he can understand why this person coming to me as a king. He's coming to means that means he saw that opposite parties, the military, I mean the arrangement, is fear from the heart. Is fear from the heart. But those who are not spiritually be uplifted consciousness, they cannot to understand. That's why first I told, those who are spiritually blind, they always to think about everybody in this material world is foolish. I am the clever. I am the clever person. Understand? Next.
He was therefore quite fit to be a politician, but Duryodhana's diplomatic veneer could not disguise the fear he felt when he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas.
Prabhupada is saying, Duryodhana wanted to show his the chief of the military that I am so diplomatic, you see. I am coming to helping you, correcting you. But those who are real diplomatic, he can understand, oh, You didn't come to correct me. Come to show your weakness to me, that you are fear to that. That's why in your life, you always to understand when somebody is doing some mistake to you, or somebody do some bad behavior to you, you don't go to say, oh, you are just to please uh, adjust with me, please. If you are going to say like this, that means that person that time understand you not going to showing sympathy. That time understand you are coming to show your weakness. You cannot to stay your life without that person. That's why I'm sometimes saying those who are in divorce. Sometimes divorce means husband maybe is a meat eater or this and that. Leave it to you and go away. Then you are thinking, Prabhu, still I am feeling some weakness to my husband. Can I go and try to be teach him or trying to be fixer? I said, you can go for one time, but not second time. One time you go, try to giving understanding. If you not understand, you don't go any other time. Give him chance. He should learn by kicking to the material world and come back to your lotus feet. That day you try to be fixed. But you go by yourself, then that person is thinking you are weak. You are weak for that person. You cannot supposed to live your life without him. Get my point? So always very careful these things. So spiritual blind person don't understand these things. Get my point? In your relation, in your anything. Yes, somebody mistake to you. You one time giving chance. I'll try to rectify you. Please to come back. 1, 2. After that, no more. Let it be. Do it. Let them go. Go. How much you can go? I want to see. Keep quiet and see. Keep quiet and see how much they can go. बंगाली में एक बात बोलता है, मुल्ला का दौर होता है मस्जिद तक. The mullah people will running up to the mosque, not more than that. So those who are corrupted person, they can run up to the corrupted place, not more than that. So when a person cheat with you, when a person diplomatic with you, when a person problem with you, and for nothing to live with you, you 1 time, 2 times try to be give them the understanding. Still they not understand, then give them chance. Let them go. Go, Baba. Don't go anymore. Either you die, but never. इसलिए हिंदी में कहावत कहता है, भांग बे but मस्का बेना. That means break, but not crash. That scratch. You break it, but not like a scratch. Understand? Your life you will finish, but don't go to surrender to that, the third class people. Either you will die, but don't be surrender. You surrender only Krishna and Krishna's devotee. If your friend, if your relatives, your husband is not to be coming to your spiritual platform, 1, 2 times you try to be understand. If they not understand, don't go there. Don't try to them. Don't help. Be aloof. Be separate. Let them chance how much you can go. Go. This is the teachings. Our spiritual blind person think, okay, go. Try to be accomplished somehow or other reform. But they not to reform you. They break you. Every time you go and they are telling some bad word to you and break up your heart. And you are cannot to concentrate your japa, cannot to concentrate your sadhana. So don't go this kind of person. Don't go. Get my point? Huh? Understand, Arti Mataji? Paramatma Prabhu, understand? It's really very hard, or is it okay? You are enjoying everybody the class? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Oshim Prabhu, you didn't understand still now. Very good. Anu Prabhu, really it is meant to be that my word? Anu,
Sorry, Prabhu. you hear
really
me?
it is, yes, really it is good that these lessons for us?
It is good and important. So we
Yes.
know how to portray ourselves apply ourselves in real life communication,
Yes.
people.
Yes, very good. Yes, next.
Prabhu, now it is text 3.
Oh, text 3. So we can understand these things. How a spiritual blind person, how is just like a be dampened and so blind. That's why spiritual blind means you are the weak of your spiritual life. That's why always to be think about it. How you can spiritual blindness you can overcome? You are connected with the spiritual person and connected with the spiritual books. Then you can always to be overcome. Don't associate with the mundane people. Then like Dhritarashtra, the Duryodhana associate with the blind, spiritual blind father. That's why he is also spiritual blind. But if a person, even if you are materialistic, but if you are associating with the spiritual person, you be illuminate. You be, the glorious. But if you are spiritual blind, same time you are associating with the spiritual blind person, you never come up. Come up. That's why this is very, very important for us to this class. That's why the bodily blindness is not a problem, but spiritually or as a knowledge to be blind is very, very devastating situation for us in our spiritual life and also the material life. Thank you so much. I want to hear some question, then I can tell something more. Anybody has some question or comments? Any sort of question on the topics you can ask me. You see, in the class is no question, then that means people don't understand anything. That's what Prabhupada always said, give some asking some question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I've got a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Please accept my humble obeisances. I'll watch
Yes.
to speak. I'll watch Prabhu, you mentioned that we need to find a spiritual person. They will take you out of darkness.
Yeah.
But what happens now if you can't? How will someone, who's new, how do they find that spiritual person? What if they go to the wrong organization, for example?
Such
How
an
do they get
example,
connection?
you see, a person, everybody has some little knowledge. Na? So we can see modern world, so many spiritual sect is there, so many spiritual books is there, and so many spiritual person is there. That's why you don't first to find the organization. You find the spiritual person. If you go to that person, then that person can tell you what is the real spiritual organization to help your upliftment, the consciousness. That's why our scripture said, first not to go to organization, first go to Guru. The surrender to the spiritual person. By hearing that spiritual person, then your understanding is coming. What is right and what is wrong. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, Tadvriddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanan jnanina tattadarshina. We surrender to the Guru, the spiritual person, then your all the darkness will come out. Second, another thing, everybody's life, to get to the spiritual person association, you need the previous life Shukriti, the good karmas. If you not to do some pious activities in your previous life, you not ultimately to get to the spiritual association in this life. Can you see, our class is now 20 people. In this material was 900 crore billions of people. Only 20 people are sitting this class. So think about it, these 20 people is ordinary person. The previous birth, they did a lot of pious activities. That's why Krishna bring them this spiritual connection. And so Bhagavad Gita said, Shukriti bina Krishna bhakti nahe. Those who are not to do the Shukriti, I mean the previous path, not to do some spiritual activities, in this life he never can connectivity, get the connection with the spiritual person. That's why those who have spiritual connection in previous life, they in this life to immediately to get to the connection. Think about it. Prabhupada was thinking when he first met with his guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, fingering and saying, "You are an English man, English boy. Why you are not to, you know the English, why you are not to go to Western world and preach to the Krishna conscience?" Prabhupada whole night was thinking, why this spiritual fellow look at me and fingering only me, because in front of him 100 people is sitting. Why is not to fingering another person? Why look at and fingering to me? That means that person saw something to me. That person saw something inside me, because he is a spiritual person. He is a spiritual person. बांग्ला में एक कहावत कहता है, पागल पागल से नहीं, बुद्धिमान बुद्धिमान से. A crazy person immediately can find out the crazy person. A knowledgeable person immediately find the knowledgeable person. A lusty boy immediately finding the lusty boy person. Same like a spiritual person immediately find the spiritual person. So if you have a Sukriti in previous life, Krishna somehow rather to be connected. Think about it. How you know me? How I know you? You never come to the dream of me. I never come to the dream. By Facebook, suddenly you saw. Think about it. It is suddenly can happen? No. We have a connecting in previous life. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said in 3rd chapter, Sutre Moni Gatha. You see the neck bead. All the beads are standing in a row. You think about it, in a row, standing in a without anything. Inside is that string is there. So all the connectivity, Krishna is inside. So Krishna knew your mentality, my mentality. According to the mentality, Krishna is setting up. Krishna is setting up. If you are spiritual, Krishna connecting with the spiritual. If you are in mundane, Krishna connecting with the mundane. Get my point? It's okay? Any other? Anybody question or comments? Arti Mataji, do you have a question or comments?
Hare Krishna. I don't have a question, but as comments, and I think I'd like to share my learning for today, is that, and I liked knowing that to be spiritual blind is a huge problem, because, and by being spiritually aware, and we always give respect to others, because as a devotee, we respect everybody. And spiritually blind people never give respect to anybody. They always think that they know everything. I am this, I am that. And I think that's very interesting. And if parents are spiritually blind, automatically the children learn this, and they follow suit as well. And the other aspect that I really liked that you said is the world is round. Life is also round. What goes around comes around. You know, speak to people according to their consciousness. And that's very, very important points that we learned today. You know, keep quiet and see how far spiritually blind individuals go, especially when dealing with problematic people. And if a spiritual person singles you out, it means that they see something very special within you. And a spiritual person immediately finds a spiritual person. And this connection comes from previous births, because Krishna is setting us up, and he's setting us in the progression to keep elevating ourselves away from our mundane activities. So that's what I take from our learning today, and that's a great learning for me. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you so much. It's brilliant. Speechless that you are, all the points you are makes the note. Thank you so much. Yes, this is the aspects you can learn from today. Thank you so much. Anup Prabhu, any comments and question?
I liked what you said about Prabhu, also about I think what you're trying to get across is that, for example, when you use that with the divorce situation, where you go, I think it's not to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Not to so-called spread yourself thin.
Okay.
And then I want to know now, in this case now, for example, now, mention, for example, the Bhagavad Gita. One time, I think it was said, some of the Krishna said we must not reveal this information to any person, but as devotees, be showing more mercy than by revealing. Is this now also to a certain extent, like, for example, when we distribute books and all, we'll come across many people that will not follow us, and we still go back again to, is this not, how do we reconcile that it's mercy or it's not being taken advantage of? Do you get what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Very nice. Yes. Yes. Coffee Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any question or comments?
I just enjoy everything you said tonight, and I find it's very informative. It's very encouraging, and it's giving us a good insight about ourselves and also about others. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Navagishwari Mataji.
Just want to thank you for the wonderful.
Speak loudly.
Just want to thank you for the wonderful class, Fauji. I learned a lot of things today, and they were very practical. And thank you again, Fauji.
Thank you. Pranish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
My question is, I want to surrender onto someone, but I could not find that person. How to find that person, Prabhuji?
That's not the person problem. That's your problem. Because you are thinking everybody is the false. Everybody has some problem. You try to think about it. Everybody has some fault, but everybody has some good things also. Everybody has some good things also. Understand? You always to understand, in this material world, everybody is not the perfect. But if you try to adjust with them, then everybody is the perfect. Always to remember this word. This world, nobody is the perfect. But if you're trying to be adjust with them, then you will see everybody is the perfect. Get my point? Thank you. Then Nirmala Ganga Devidasi Mataji, would you like to say something? I don't know. Not to switch on the camera. Okay. Nitu Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
This class is so beautiful. Is all the points covered by the another devotees, Prabhu, is very satisfactory, you know. It's very important points.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks to you, Prabhu.
Nitu Mataji from Australia. Thank you so much. Jai Radha.
Thanks to you, Prabhu.
Very bon.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Pranam. I just had one question after listening to all of this. I don't know whether it's kind of related to this, but I think it kind of is. So I have this friend, and somehow or another, I've been encouraging him to do some spiritual activities. So like I started from Janmashtami. I made him do some couple of rounds. I taught him how to chant, and I made him do fasting. And since he's a Chinese person, obviously they have a lot of eating stuff and all that. So I managed to make him vegetarian for a few days, for like maximum of 3 days. Like, so since I told him before Janmashtami that there's this fun fasting that I do every year where I just be like no food, no water for the whole entire day. And he was like, oh, I will try out then. And I was like, okay, you can be vegetarian from the day before, and then I will tell you everything as it goes along. So I was really surprised that he actually managed to do it. I have contact with his other friends because he's not in the same school as me. He's in a different school. So I contacted his other friends and they said that, yeah, he did some chanting while he was alone. He did the full fasting till half day, like just how I instructed him, like do half day fasting and then be vegetarian for the next few days. So I was really impressed, but I don't know what to do next because he seems to be very interested. So I just wanted to know from you. What
See that you will tell to him to keep some bring him some spiritual program. Prabhupada said, first you not to tell anybody some what type of like a big knowledge, then he don't be interested. You invite him some spiritual programs, the kirtan party, these places you will just to invite him and to take to him. And small philosophy you will tell that he is not to feeling so boring. First, the big philosophy is feeling boring. Then you will see slowly he is uplifted. And to give him good prasad. Okay, because naturally people are always to be addicted to the prasad. Understand? So you are
also,
following this system.
The thing is, I've never met him in real life. I got to know him from a childhood friend. She knows me ever since I was little, and they went to the same school before hitting high school. So I just got to know him through them, and we've been talking for a few months now. So through that, I was like even more like shocked that he trusted me and he actually followed what I told him. So I did introduce
you know
him
that why she was trusted you, because she saw that you are following the principles. Always to understand, if you are not to maintain your standardity, your spirituality, then one day you will go out. That's so always to be, you keep your standardity, then he will always with you. Okay, thank you so much. Oshim Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam.
Pranam.
I really like your classes. They are very important. Before, when I used to read the Bhagavad Gita, I used to not understand anything. Now I understand so much.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This boy is standard 5. He's studying in standard 5. Yes.
And I like that point you said, that what parents do, children follow that. And when the children become big, they do that behavior with their parents. Like you said, goes around, comes around.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Such a nice comment. Wonderful. Wonderful. Shamal Prabhu, do you have some comments?
Shamal Prabhu, sorry, I've just been on break at the moment, so I think I missed most of the discussions that you had.
Yeah.
In terms of promoting things, I had a customer that used to come into my restaurant, so we used to talk to gradually I gave him Prabhupada's book, and she went to a temple in a different country and she really loved everything.
Yeah.
So after that, I gave her at least 7-8 books. She's reading the Bhagavad Gita. She's gone through that. She's given it somebody else as well. So she wants to come to India with her husband. So let's see what Krishna desires. But recently, I have had no time to connect with her for the last 1.5 years. So let's just see.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, Rupamai Prabhu's son want to say something?
Prabhuji, like I don't have like anything in particular to say about today's class, but I would like to like thank you for like taking these classes, because like being in class 12 right now, like with all the studies that has been going on, like these classes are like they are like a blessing in disguise. Like I can lighten my heart here. So like thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. So next Saturday again, the class will be happening. So please to publish or advertising, then people can more come and more can upliftment can enrich his spiritual vision. So now I want to stop and I will invite you another class after 10 minutes. His Holiness Ram Govinda Swami Maharaj is coming to our Zoom 6:30. Now it is 6:20. Is coming to our Zoom, same link. So please, I will request you come to the class, because I told to the Maharaj that some foreign devotees will come. So Maharaj, you speak in English, I will translate in Bengali. Actually, there is most of the Bengali devotees, but I said it's a mix, Bengali and English. So better you can speak in English, I'll translate for the Bengalis, then English people can also understand. So in our life, we spoke about today that we need the spiritual person association. That is really to helping to our spiritual life. So I'm humbly request the same Zoom ID after 10 minutes, you can join to take the His Holiness Ram Govinda Maharaj association. And I think so more other foreign devotees also coming. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpataru bhatsa Kripashindabevacha Patitanang Pavanebha Vaishnavebha Namo Namo. And you will also to see how a Bengali devotee is to honoring to the Maharaj, which way we are just to set up everything. You have to learn also. Okay. So come sharp 6:30, same Zoom, it will start. Okay. The same ID. So okay, thank you so much. Jayada, live stop and also Zoom stop. After 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you will start. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.